Wake up, SJV. It's now live, and I'm not fishing. How's everybody doing? Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. And this is Boomerang. American band played at Lonesome Pine Trails back on better days. Here's how today's show will work. It is Throwback Thursday because it is Thursday. No guests unless we get some call-ins or we get requests or questions from you on our Channel 4 Facebook Live page. Just go there, click on that page, and then enter any questions you may have for myself or our producer back in the studio, Chaz Pelletier. We're going to go, of course, through the weather here, news, and then we're going to go old school. We're going to play music. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to look for some questions, going to play some more music, and we'll do that till the 8 o'clock hour and send you on your way. Four salmon, 2 trout yesterday at Fish River Falls. I apologize to any fans out there that were expecting this show live, but as I started fishing with my good friend Bill Ashby, I couldn't stop. So we're back here. And we're going to feature all the local music possible that we've played so far here in, I believe this is the 3rd week of the show. Once again, this is Boomerang. Let's take a live look. Well, let's take a look here live at their live performance back in the day. I believe they're wrapping up this performance. But this was at Lonesome Pines Trails. Dan Chassis lead. Thank you very much. And I'm not sure what this is. Junior Battle of the Bands, 2011. Wow, look what just popped up. Who was in this? Let's see if we recognize anybody. This is from Fort Kent Community High School Winter Carnival, I think. Unless this is somewhere out in downstate. So once again, we will feature local music throughout the day. Many of these artists are on YouTube. You can also go to Facebook and find many pages. For example, Steve Doucette's group, Bad Mother Boogie, is featured on Facebook. Let's take a look at the weather, and then I will set up the Facebook feed here. It's hot. Real hot. I mean, I don't even need to share the screen, folks. It just says Thursday hot. High of 91. You heard me, 91 today. So be careful, be safe. Get near a hose, get near a sprinkler, a pond, a lake, a river, wherever you can cool off. I will tell you that the peak of that heat, which is, often good to know when you're going to reach that, it's usually around 2-3 o'clock. But it looks like today the peak of that heat will be 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 89 degrees. Goodness gracious. So once again, stay cool. Some rain yesterday. Hopefully you I enjoyed it. Tell you what, it showered a couple times. I just went outside and let it hit me because we are in the midst of a beautiful heat wave here. Next week it's going to cool off. It's going to get back down to around the 60s. But the rest of this weekend certainly looks encouraging and promising. And I hope you all are able to enjoy it. Friday is just a 40% chance, looks like, of some rain overnight. They're more apt to see a T-storm. Saturday, 90% chance of showers, but that's hit or miss. Sunday, it's cooling off with a high of 60, 30% chance of showers. And then we're into next week and into June, if you can believe it. Real hard to believe that we are hitting June. I can't tell you how fast the days go. The days go, my friends. Here is a performance by a good, awesome band that I got to know when I first moved up here 20 plus years ago. Their name is Empty Head. Doug Clapp may be arguably the most well-known member of that band. His son, Brian, is the lead singer. But this performance is one I saw. Now, I didn't see this one live, but I saw them do this song. It's a cover of Stay Away by Nirvana, one of my favorite bands. And the drummer, Mark Dougal, who is out of Frenchville, is doing a drum solo. So this song is 7 minutes long, but I fast forward you a little bit, and we're going to listen and watch Mark on drums. And hopefully this gets you going on this fine morning. I'll be back here in a few. Just incredible stuff there. That was Empty Head live from the, I believe it's Dover Foxcroft Fox's Den. But more specifically, that was drummer Mark Dougal. He would actually play that drum solo while the rest of the band took a break. And I actually saw him do that barehanded one time, or actually more than once. I was a groupie. I was an Empty Head groupie. Is there any Empty Head groupies out there watching? Let me know. I did notice while I was playing that we, well, it's down to 2 now, but we did have 8 live people, which is pretty cool on Facebook Live, Channel 4, housed by none other than Charles Pelletier, simply known as Chaz. Let's take a peek on what's going on here with COVID-19. I like to go to the Bangor Daily News and pull up their morning update, which I am doing here as we speak. The latest on the coronavirus in Maine. Quite a thing, folks. Just quite a thing that we're living through. Something you'll never forget. It's awesome to see in town here in Fort Kent along Main Street. 57 seniors now have banners. Walking my dog last evening, I got to check out the ones on this side. I believe it's West Main Street over here. I get East and West confused. But anyway, from Market Street down, you start at about McDonald's and Walgreens and all the way down to the new bridge, bridge. Sorry, not the new bridge, but the Fish River Bridge. And I'd like to see the other ones on the other side, but just awesome. Want to thank the organizers of that, the school officials, and just great looking kids. And they're never going to forget this. Graduation coming up here in the District 27 on June 12th. Madawaska will be first on June 11th, I believe. They're doing theirs as guest, Monday's guest, Tuesday's guest, Lynn Wetmore told us theirs will be at the drive-in, which is awesome. They're going to do theirs in the gym. They're going to film it and I think pipe it back out on the big screen. And I'm pretty sure Wisdom is doing the same thing, I think on the 16th of June. So questions, comments, or just requests, please, for music here on Channel 4's Facebook Live feed. Who do you want to hear? Give us some local artists, anybody. We'll take anybody from Aroostook County, or if maybe your name is Charles Bard and you've got a band out there in Halifax or wherever the heck you are. I think you're in Halifax, my friend, that you'd like to hear. I'm scanning, it's just, well, we'll share it. Not gonna lie to you, nothing has been pre-read here. I always pull up the Bangor Daily and I take a look at it this morning. So let's look at it together. There's some shopping over here in the corner. I just love the pictures because I look at pictures more than I read. Just kidding, but sometimes true. Here's some commuters from Peaks Island. And down in Portland, you see everybody with a mask. More and more of that. Not as much up here. I don't know if that's good or bad. Sometimes you go into a, shop and save, Parody Shop and Save. And when you cannot practice safe social distancing, then you should have a mask because you never know. So the cases are here. Unfortunately, 2 more Mainers have passed away. The count now at 81. And as you scroll down, they kind of feature stuff that's going on. There's always the main CDC briefing that's at 2 p.m. And that's live on multiple sites throughout the intranet. This Neera Shah has done a great job, just super intelligent. And I like when they're, not political either way. They just give you the stats and give you the facts and take questions and do their best to keep everybody educated. I can only imagine his job and how that's going. Let's see if any of this stuff applies specifically to the county. There's some stuff on jails and prisons. As we scroll down, some Janet Mills. Delayed reopenings of indoor dining in 3 of Maine's most populous counties. That does not affect us. Up here, we're good to go. Walking by Walkers last week, I noticed that they're open for business inside. People were having a good time, but it's good to see. They're shutting streets down. We mentioned last week in Portland, they're actually shutting down streets. Kind of like Fenway Park did back in the day when they wanted more foot traffic and more access to curbside pickup, curbside calves, outdoor calves, all that stuff. So that open air is better than being inside. Walkers that I just mentioned did have outdoor seating out back. And I assume they're going to keep doing that. I got a gift certificate I could use there. Maybe tonight. Tomorrow night, I think. I'm coming your way, Walkers. What do you got for me? They have a great app online, Walkers. If you click on their website, check that out. I don't have much for you here today on the Daily, Bangor Daily, but check it out if you'd like. We've got another song. I got to do better here when I got to minimize. We got another group coming up here, and we are now going to feature French Toast. So this is a performance at Lonesome Pines Trails by French Toast back on November 17th, 2018, here on Throwback Thursday. right. That was French Toast for a performance back in 2017. Sorry about that. At Lonesome Pines Trails. What a great spot. What a great staff over there led by Mike Vazin, another good friend of mine, now working out at Fort Kent Golf Club this time of year, but love how the bands come in. Another thing they got going there this past winter was a lot of indoor cornhole, which is a great time. Bring your families, have your kids go skiing, play some cornhole, get a couple runs in, and then live local music. That's tough to beat. I want to thank YouTube and what's his name, Zuckerman at Facebook for busting us for playing my 80s music, and that forced us to play local music. And that's what we're featuring today here on Throwback Thursday. It's May 28th as we wind down this month and we approach June and into the summer, and summer has hit us here as today will be 91 and hot, just hot. So please take the necessary precautions. Sunscreen, gotta use the sunscreen, folks. Everybody wants to get tan. These you don't want to look like Casper Friendly Ghost like me. You want to work on your tan, but please do that safely. Shout out to Travis Gee, Amy Dupre Willette, and Charles Chaz Pelletier. How you guys doing? We are taking requests. We are taking dedications. This is your requests and dedication. What was his name? And it's just local music, man. It's Throwback Thursday. No guests unless somebody wants to call in. We're just going through some music, getting some work done on a wonderful Thursday. Locally, we talked about graduations. As far as outdoor recreation here on beautiful days, Riverside Park is really open down there, a beautiful spot. I'm sure you have some great parks. I know there's an awesome setup in Frenchville there off Route 1 as you drive by. I'm sorry, Route 161. What is that going? Yeah, that's Route 1. Madawaska has got Four Seasons right there next to up in the corner, and then you've got the park right next to Tim Hortons. That's beautiful up there. So I'm sure people are out and about walking, biking, hiking, all very safe, socially distanced activities. There is now volleyball here in Fort Kent. We got an outdoor volleyball court. Got to be a little more careful with that, but we played on Tuesday. Played a little 2-on-2. That was very, very enjoyable. That's going to be going at 7 o'clock. Tennis nets are up. I believe that basketball court will be opened up here at Riverside next week. And there is a court set up on campus at Valley Rivers Middle School / the high school. So just great options, but just to get out and about is great to do. Just fishing yesterday, you got to walk a little ways to get into Fish River Falls, so you're getting your cardio, and it's just enjoyable. Bringing those large fish in. Anybody knows how to? I got a YouTube video lined up here, but if anybody knows how to slice those bad boys open, gut them, clean them, wrap them for cooking, I got to do that because I've got 6. I got 4 salmon, 2 trout sitting in the cooler, and they're only going to stay so cool before they spoil. So I got to get them going. Kathy Roy, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Just an awesome day here weather-wise, and it's already heating up. We are approaching 7:30. Once again, this is Throwback Thursday. Music, news, hopefully some conversation. Nobody has chimed in. Hey, how about a comment? How about a band you'd like to hear? We opened with Boomerang. We then played some Empty Head, and that was French Toast that we just listened to. We've already looked at the weather. We've talked about coronavirus, COVID-19 madness. Bangor Daily has given us an insight there. And we're just cranking through the 7 o'clock hour. It is now going to be the top of 7. No, the bottom of 7. This is top of 7, baseball term, because we're under 7:30. When it gets over 7:30, we go into the bottom of the 7th. And boy, do we miss baseball, softball, track, and tennis here at the high school level and middle school level. There are options, and there will be here in July, hopefully when we get a little more clearance. July 6th is the key date where we'd like to live roll out some individualized work here. We can work with the kids again. We miss the kids. We really do. We see them, we wave, and we give them the elbow bump. It's about all you can do. Stay strong, stay safe. Up next here for local music, and this guy is just incredible. I believe it was, I believe this was referred to me, this artist, by No Nonsense with Nico. That's Nicole Jondro. A shout out to her and her show coming up tomorrow evening on the St. John Valley.live platform. Great conversation on her show as she winds down the week for everybody. Great stress reliever. But Travis Sear. Now this is off Travis Sear's Quarantines. This is a May 24th, 2020 performance of I Don't Care. Let's take a listen and a watch. Great stuff by Travis Sear. You can subscribe to his channel on YouTube, which I've done.
Standing on the corner in the middle of the night, making love some people I see. Trying to book a ticket on the one-way ride out of this dirty street. Say, I don't know, we'll go in the I don't care. Got the real cars running from the streets so fast, like jumping if you just slow down. There's killers on the road, there ain't much chance of me trying to hit you around. If I had $1 to find me a game, bitch, I could turn it in 5. If I had 5, I book a bullet train, no, I ride it on down the line. And I don't know, we'll go in. I don't care. I don't know, we'll go in. I don't care. Cincinnati, New York City, did carry out Red Los Angeles, Saskatoon, Baton Rouge, Miami, Johnson City, anywhere in between. Anywhere here, anywhere but home, I'm looking for a change. I don't want to see the sunrise up on this dirty little town again. I don't know, we don't go in. I don't care. I don't know, we don't go in.
Great stuff, Travis Sear. We're going to listen to his next cut. This is Dog Faced Boy by Fish. Coming up, once again, this is Travis Sear from Travis Sear Quarantines. This is an April 26, 2020 performance. Let's keep going with him. He is incredible.
I won't stare a moment on the dog-faced boy. I won't lend another hand to the worm hurling for noise. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue. But ask me, and I'll do anything for you. Whenever I think of you, it always always makes me feel sad whenever I think of you. The best friend I ever had. Before I give it all up for nothing. Well, I lied and I cheated, and it made me feel bad. It made me feel guilty for not being true. For the months I spent searching for a way to explain. In the end, all I could do was hang my head in shame. Whenever I think of you, oh darling, it makes me feel sad. 'Cause you deserve better than once I was it. Somehow my good intentions, they just got up and get. So I won't waste a moment on the dog-faced boy. I won't lend another hand to the worm girl of Illinois. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue. But ask me, and I'll do anything for you.
All right, that was Travis Sear. Incredible stuff. Look him up, add him. If you're on YouTube, I strongly recommend subscribing to Travis Sear, as well as checking out now. Opened the show with Boomerang, went to Empty Head. We had French Toast, and that was Travis Sear. So just great, great local music. I want to share with you something that's been rolled out, and something I'm honored and excited and quite frankly dedicated to working on here very hard is what I call the 4 Rs. It is a plan for reopening schools here in the Valley. This is headed up by our superintendent, and each school board and all the players out there across the Valley, Madawaska School Department, District 33, Frenchville, St. Agathe, as well as District 27 here in Fort Kent. And this plan is extensive, packed with info, and just for us to get prepared to do our best to reopen schools starting next year. So much obviously uncertainty out there, but an effort to be prepared and ready is something we're trying to do. And I apologize here. This is on my desktop, I believe, but it is a mess. Just looking for the 4 Rs. If you have questions about any of that, please contact your local school department. Your principals are very well educated on this. Myself specifically, I'm going to go through my email here, my apologies. I'm on the health and wellness team as the athletic director and phys ed teacher. Health and wellness is huge. And to be honest, most of our duties, as you could imagine, we have a lot of the school, all of the school nurses throughout the Valley are on our group, and they are really responsible, and they're going to take on some huge leadership roles with that. So we are going to visit that document after our next group plays, and the next group up is none other than, and let me load this one up, another great performance was by Adam Willett, and he is just incredible too, also on YouTube. And this was a great performance that he did, and let me load this up for you first. And but this is incredible. One of my all-time favorites. Now this goes back a little bit. We're going to go back here, and this was featured on Channel 4 back on September 27th, 2015. And it's a cover of Billy Joel's Piano Man. Let's take a listen. Lion Show. Adam Willett here on Throwback Thursday.
It's not on Saturday. Little crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, "Son, can you play me a melody? Well, I'm not really sure how it goes, but it sounded sweet and I knew it complete when I wore younger man's clothes. Oh, la, 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 la. Sing us a song, yeah, gentlemen. Oh, sing us a song tonight. When we're all in the mood for a melody, and you gotta spin it all right. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. Yes, he money drinks for free. And he's sweet with a joke, or a line of your smoke. And there's something to be right with me. He says, "Been like a leaf, it's killing me." There's a smile away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be on his side if I could get out of his place. Oh, la, 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 Telephone is a real mistake. Never had time for a wife. And he's talking with you, still moving, and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman is on against stone. Well, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's been out of drinking alone. Sing us a song, gentlemen. Oh, sing us a song tonight. When we're all in the mood for a melody, you gotta spin it all right. It's a pretty good crowd.
There's the Lion. So that was Adam Willett from a performance back in 2015 as part of the Lions Club show. as we go through Throwback Thursday here as we approach the 8 o'clock hour, 7:43 on a beautiful Thursday. Temperatures are going to peak in the 90s today, so I encourage you to stay safe, stay cool, and refreshed the best you can, my friends, as we're just enjoying some great weather. Hopefully you've got stuff planted, some gardens are cranking out, flowers are kicking up. A shout out to our counselor, Andrea Daigle at Fort Kent Community High School, as she led the Tulip Project last year. They planted tulips right in front of the sign, the electric sign at Community High School, and those are up. They just look beautiful. And just an exceptional look to it. And check it out. Also a shout out to Miss Jocelyn Saucier here at Community High School, who was named Aroostook County Teacher of the Year for the year 2020. Congratulations to her, one of 16 named throughout the state. And there are 16 counties, as Jessica Landre would tell me. And we are honored and very proud of Miss Jocelyn Saucier for representing all of Aroostook County. So congratulations to her in her great work. Had a chance, an opportunity, and it was my pleasure to serve on one of the panels alongside two great ladies, Miss Kathy Bouchard and they're washing the streets out here this morning. It's awesome. Miss Leslie Marquis and Miss Kathy Bouchard, and we were on a senior panel, and we saw some exceptional senior presentations. As seniors really worldwide and certainly nationwide are wrapping up their education remotely, how's that going? How have you adjusted? And what's it going to look like in the fall? We just don't know. We talked about the reintegration process that's coming up this fall, and that will be interesting, to say the least, to see how we can roll that out, and just real great plans coming forth. And why am I having so much trouble finding this? My apologies. Let me go to the district page, and let me go to the school board page, and let me find this for you. I lied to you. I said I was going to roll this out, and I got into the local music. It's just been exceptional showcase of the music throughout all of Aroostook County. We had the syndicate, the Star City Syndicate was a great one that Rennie Kluge recommended, and we played that. That was just great music, great stuff, and amazing, just amazing. We have a guide, we have a, help me, Chaz, you're supposed to be helping me out here. COVID-19 latest information and updates. Let's check that out. I'll get it for you. Here it is. Reintegration school planning process. There it is. Okay. Let me, stay with me. Stay with me. Let me share my screen now. Now we're ready. So if you go to where I went, folks, is ultimately Community High School page, and scroll down, and you'll see Valley Unified begins reintegration to school planning process. So as I said, 4 planning teams to develop a roadmap and timeline for a safe and efficient return. And there's all kinds of links here. And if you click on this document, boom, you'll see, you'll see a 3-part process and the return to school framework. Here's the team. So as I said, I'm on the health and wellness team. There is a return to school committee, and that is headed up by the superintendent of schools, all Valley schools, Mr. Ben Sirwa. Heading up our team, health and wellness, is Mr. Peter Karen. There is a restoration of instruction team, and that is headed up by, excuse me, as I stretch, Sharon Chassie. And then a school site team dealing with facilities, transportation, school nutrition, facilities, transportation, Paul Chassie and all the leaders over there, Peter Saucier, school nutrition, headed up by the best in the biz, Miss Melanie Lagasse. So you'll see, but here's the guts of it, is the Valley Unified Reintegration Plan timeline. So we are now in the midst of resumption, June 1st to June 26th. So we're going to wrap up remote learning. We're going to get through graduation, all that good stuff. And then we're going to have some workshop days as a staff to plan out what the fall will look like. Recovery, June 29th through August 19th. So that'll take us through the summer, and that'll take us into the beginning of the school year, which will be August 20th through October 4th, recalibration. You see that there. And then reconstitution, October 5th and beyond. So this is just awesome stuff. Down below, June 1st to June 26th, that first phase is a little more detailed and laid out on what's going on this summer. So you'll see. So check it out. And once again, if you have questions, please contact your local school. Hit up your principal. They would love to hear from you. And it's kind of what we're living now and what we're getting into. So the reintegration plan, a special thank you to all the members leading up. We even have a subcommittee within ours. Scott Pelletier is the phys ed and health teacher for District 33. He was a guest here on the show, and he's heading up our health and wellness team in a subcommittee. So within each group, there are subcommittees, and we're just rolling it out. Okay, let's take a listen to our next artist. As you know, we talked about Empty Head. We talked about French Toast. We've listened to Travis Sear. We've listened to Boomerang. But these guys are pretty awesome. You know, we listened to Adam Willett already. I'm sorry, this guy. And I think this one was, let me dig it up here, but I think this one was at the old, let me see if it pops up here. I'm back on YouTube. And of course not. Let me retrace here. Stay with me, folks, as we approach the 8 o'clock hour. I got a voicemail from Coach Murph. We're gonna check that in a minute, Coach. We'll get back to you. He was a great guest here for us as well. But if you go to Facebook and you plug in some of these bands, you'll find great stuff on their pages as well. But this was from none other than the Deuce, Steve Doucette, who is our Dean of Students, but also a member of Bad Mother Boogie. And this performance that we're about to listen to, once we find it, is just great stuff. By Bad Mother Boogie. They have a band page, which is pretty cool. And I'm not getting there. Sorry. What's going on? We're still fielding questions, comments, concerns. I see, looks like about 6 of you live. What's up, folks? Are you prepared to cool off today is the big question, as it is going to be hot. Hot, hot, hot today, but we'll take it. Looks like I closed out everything. But we are still live. Give me a minute here as I crank back into YouTube. On tomorrow's show, we have local fitness guru will join us. Jennifer Gail Desjardins will be here, and she's going to talk about all the great fitness that she's offering and rolling out. And she just does a great job. So we're looking forward to having her join us. I apologize to the Deuce. I thought this was a lot easier to find. Bad Mother Boogie, where are you? If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. But we're looking forward to talking to Jennifer and what has she done now that, you know, all these local, you know, like the district fitness center here has been closed. You know, the UMFK weight room has been closed. So what are you doing to work out and how do you do that? So she's going to share some tips. I know Too Far North Fitness is now doing some outdoor sessions. But how do we do that? You know, how do we exercise in this craziness? And here it is. Geez, that only took me 10 hours, but I got a featured song here by Bad Mother Boogie.
If I go, will you be there? I won't leave you like I did before. The situation changed. I'll make you
Steve Doucette, the Deuce, lead guitar. Great stuff. Did you ever once shed a tear? Oh, your life is like a prison, baby. Why never meant to waste your precious time? Yeah. The situation, Okay, that's Bad Mother Boogie. And that was a great guitar solo there by none other than the Deuce, Steve Doucette, our Dean of Students here at Fort Kent Community High School and Valley Rivers Middle School. It's 8 a.m.